It's really interesting because the more we're talking about North Korea, the less we're talking about Russia.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression, and what a week it was. The president's summit with North Korea exceeded expectations, but the media started the week by preparing themselves for that possibility.
But will it be a winning news cycle for the president?
Absolutely.
Of course, as always.
If those of us in journalism allow it to be.
Well, the liberal media did their darndest not to allow it to be, because they were upset about the historical nature.
Just because something hasn't happened before doesn't mean it's historic.
And they were also upset about the lunch menu.
And we have the menu here, Anderson. It says they're going to start with traditional prawns cocktail served with avocado salad, green mango caribou with honey lime dressing, and fresh octopus. And it goes on with oyster and Korean stuff, cucumber, Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream, and cherry coulis. All kinds of stuff there.
Overall, they were just pretty darn unhappy about it, mainly because it pulled them away from their favorite talking point.
It's really interesting because the more we're talking about North Korea, the less we're talking about Russia.
And then later this week, the primary results came in, and they didn't like those either, calling the GOP a cult, and some actually comparing them to Jonestown. You know, that cult that murdered a Democratic lawmaker and killed themselves.
Republican Party becoming more like a cult than a political party. Boy, that's hard news for the Republicans. You're in a cult. This is Jonestown. The Hardball Roundtable sticks with us.
The Republican Party have devolved into a Trumpist cult.
If you're not in step with the Trump marchers, not in tune with the line from the White House, if you can't lip sync with Sarah Huckabee Sanders, you're dead.
Now, surprisingly, the liberal media managed to actually bring back to life something this week that one would have thought was long dead. They now have a sudden interest in what's Christian. But of course, they have to put their own twist on it.
The asylum laws have to be changed. Everyone agrees with that.
And you think that's the Christian approach to that?
What I'm saying is, no, for people who are truly persecuted, we want to help them. What I'm saying is asylum laws have to change. Let's get on with that. And what mostly needs to happen, Casey, is we need an immigration law. We need an immigration bill that is consistent with what we told the American people. Sanctuary cities needs to be changed. E-Verify. Let's have that kind of bill that's consistent with what we told the American people we were going to do if they elected us.
I'm still not hearing you argue that it's a Christian policy, sir.
I wonder why they never asked this question of Nancy Pelosi or other Democrats who fight to give taxpayer money to Planned Parenthood. I can see it now. Minority Speaker, is forcing taxpayers to fund abortions the Christian thing to do? Yeah, they never seem to ask that. But the liberal media did take a Christian attitude of forgiveness this week. Of course, it was for Bill Clinton.
I think the norms have really changed in terms of what you can do to somebody against their will, how much you can crowd their space, make them miserable at work. You don't have to physically assault somebody to make them, uncomfortable at work or at home or in their just walking around.
And so if you listen to the whole thing in context, you can tell his heart's in the right place. He's really trying.
Yeah, well, his heart's in the right place. It's just the other parts of his body that like to go elsewhere. That will wrap it up for this week's Wacky Moments. We're taking a break next week, but soon we'll be back with more liberal media wackiness. I'm Eric Shiner for MRC-TV.